What's up, YouTube? Bloodspawn is back. I am back from Blood on the Beach, the horror convention down in Virginia Beach. Blood on the Beach, April 20th through the 22nd, Virginia Beach. Awesome show. This is a little pamphlet to hand out, all the celebrity guests and the movie screenings and events and stuff like that. I always grab these to start my little section of the binder with all the pictures once I get the pictures made up. I don't have the pictures made up yet. I didn't get a chance to do that today, but I'm going to photo edit them in with Windows Movie Maker, so bear with me. It's going to be a long video, and there's going to be some funny parts where like you'll see me stand there like not talking for a while like that. That was for me to you'll see pauses and stuff like that. I'm sure I'll mess it up, but alright guys, awesome freaking convention. Downside of the convention, the only thing I have to say is it was the first one. This is Blood on the Beach 1 basically, so they got a lot of kinks to work out. The layout, the hotel really was not large enough for the turnout. But they had one room which really wasn't that big. It was kind of big, but and they had everyone in there, all the guests together. So in a convention, you got people who don't have a line, hardly have anybody in front of them, and then you got other ones that have like lines for hours. So all of them trying to fit in the same room, it was kind of created a jumble. They didn't really fix it until Sunday today. They kind of had the Boondock Saints and Danielle Harris and people like that in their own room, but then that created a really long line for that, and then the other room was kind of dead. So some kinks to work out there. Overall, awesome freaking convention. More stories than I can. Every time I go to these, it seems like I just have like. I mean, yeah, you can talk about meeting the guests and so and the questions you ask them, and the little conversation you struck up with them. But there's always like weird ones that I get, and I have a couple in the video, so stay tuned. All right, the recap video, the recap of the stuff I got. I'm gonna start with the two things I was commissioned to get. One was a Walking Dead poster. Now this guy's, I bought this poster for him. He paid for it and everything, but I bought it so it was shipped to me. And I went to Last Monster Mania and got I think three signatures on it. And this one we added three more. So I bit the dust one. I bid it on this one. I screwed up and didn't get a picture of them signing this one. I do have pictures of them signing other stuff for me. I'm going to send a picture of that along with it. Hopefully you're okay with that. Obviously it was a convention and I had pictures with them and everything. So hopefully it's okay, and I will send you something. Like I said, a picture of them signing my poster or something like that. Because I dropped the ball. It's hard, man. It's really hard to do this. But here's the way the poster turned out. And freaking Norman Reedus' inscription on your poster is awesome, man. I'll show that one first because it's at the top. But here's the signature right here. He wrote Norman Reedus, Daryl fucking Dixon. So that's awesome. We come down. Here's the other ones. We already had those ones on there. And you start rolling this top so you can trim more of the bottom. And then right there in the middle, you got Addie Miller. You're next, Addie Miller, the little girl. And down on the bottom, Madison Lentz, Sophia, stay away from the barn. So that's your Walking Dead poster. LA Dodgers, 6 signatures on it. I'm going to go ahead and get this shipped within the next couple days because the next convention is not until August. I want you to start enjoying the posters since I've had it since it was empty. Next up, Jeremy Bosshog commissioned me for 4. Same thing. He sent me links to the posters he want. PayPal me the money for the posters, and we actually did a swap. He's going to a convention. He's going to get 4 people for me, so I got 4 people for him. And I actually did manage to snag a couple photos of your actual piece getting signed. I did miss one though, so hopefully you're all right with that. So first up was David Delarocca. So here is a picture of him signing your Boondock Saints poster. All right, and then the second for the Boondocks is Sean Patrick Flannery. I did manage to get a picture. It's a little fuzzy. I don't know. It's like really weird. I think I was kind of too close to his face, or him bending over signing it. So it got like his face or his top of his head and stuff is fine, but the blurriness. But you can tell it's your poster. Here's a picture of it. Okay, and the one I missed was Norman Reedus because I had 6 freaking items for him to sign. So I kind of got, I didn't know, like, I was going, here's a poster, sign it. This is the way I want. I did get your inscriptions right, though. It looks fucking awesome, dude. You're going to be, when you get this thing, I don't know if I can show it the greatness of how this thing looks, but they all sign towards the bottom. Um, let me see. Here's your inscription. Are you ready for this shit, my dear brother? And he signed on the gun right over here. And then that's Sean Patrick Flanery. Right there, Norman Reedus. I don't remember exactly what it was. Let's do some gratuitous violence. I believe that was the inscription right here. And then David Del Rocca, we were kind of worried about if he'd do it or not. He signed real big at the bottom, but his inscription is right here. Real men hide their emotions. Why? Because it's none of your fucking business. And he signed it. So there you go, man. That shit looks awesome. Really happy with the way it turned out. I'm sure you will be too. And he also, the Walking Dead poster he sent me, he's got a chance of meeting the other people. So he wanted Addie Miller on this one. So here's a picture, and this is the actual picture of her signing this poster. You can tell, look on the picture and where she signed it, and then I'll show it to you. Here's the picture. All right, and here is the poster. Same poster that I used and the other guy used. Right there on the letter A, she put, "You're next. Addie Miller, little girl." So there you go, man. And I will get this stuff sent to you and the stuff that you're going to get signed for me at yours as soon as possible. All right, guys. Next up, this is all my stuff from here on out. William Forsyth. Here is a picture of him signing my Rob Zombie's Halloween poster. And another picture of him signing my Devil's Rejects poster. And another picture of me and him. Rob Zombie's Halloween. He signed it. This is a little hard to see, especially, it's not too bad. Right there is the signature, William Forsyth. And right over here, Ronnie White is character name. This one didn't turn out too well, but it's okay. And then the Devil's Rejects one was awesome, but he used up because it was a really long thing. But this thing's got a ton of space to sign on, so he signed. You ever say another derogatory word about Elvis Aaron Presley, and I will kick the shit out of you. And then signed it right there. And that's a line from the movie. It's also been signed by Tom Tolles. David, I want all these motherfuckers dead. So, awesome. Next up is Madison Lintz. Here's a picture of Madison signing my Walking Dead poster. And a picture of me with Madison Lintz. And my Walking Dead poster is right here. I got everyone on it, but I'll show the other ones later. And right there, to David, Madison Lintz, Sophia. I'm keeping mine short. I'm leaving it up to them. Some people are signing a little bit more than others. She kept it short and sweet. That's fine with me because I'm hoping to get a bunch of people on that thing as possible. And next to her, right next to her, was her mom, which I didn't realize that was her mom, which I should have because his last name is Lintz. This is Kelly Lintz. This is a picture I kind of just missed her signing it, but you can see the posters laying right in front of her. So this is Kelly Lintz. And here's a picture of me with Kelly Lintz. And I got her to sign my Mist poster. This thing's becoming one of my better pieces. She signed it right there. Kelly, middle name, and then Lintz. And this has been signed by Thomas Jane, William Sadler, Laurie Holden, and I'm actually sending this to Boss Hog to get another signature on at his convention. Alright, next up is Edward Herrmann. He's been in a bunch of stuff, but I was getting him for the Lost Boys. So here's a picture of him signing my Lost Boys poster. And a picture with me and him together. Alright, here you go. That's all you get to see for now. Oh, shoot, it's wrong one. Right there, up top, right near my thumb right here. For David, and I can't read the writing. I left these all up to them. He signed it, Edward Herrmann, Max. I can't make it out, though. Don't arrive. Something, I can't tell. So, that's his. I'll hold this because I believe the next ones are more Lost Boys. Alright, next up is Billy Worth from the Lost Boys. Here's a picture of him signing and a picture of me and him together. And he signed it. I don't know if I can get this one. There we go. To David, Peace, Billy Worth, who played Dwayne. Alright, next up is, he played Alan Frog. I don't remember the darn name, though. Jamie Newlander, that's it. Here's a picture of Jamie signing the poster. And a picture of me and him together. And then he signed it simply over the shoulder. David, Jamie Newlander, Alan Frog. Alright, next up, here's a picture of him signing my poster. And a picture of me and him together. This is G. Tom Mack. He's the actual guy who wrote and performed the Cry Little Sister song on the Lost Boys soundtrack. Once the song has been remade a few times, it's in other movies. He's done G. Tom Mack did a version of that song for True Blood. So really awesome. He actually did a performance Saturday night, which was amazing to watch. Hopefully my video footage comes out okay on that. And let me see if I can get that in there. There he goes. Cry Little Sister, G. Tom Mack. And he actually also, today, when I went back to tell him how great the performance was, he asked me if I had a copy of his new CD. I said no, so copy of his new CD, signed To Dave, You Rock, G. Tom Mack, and the CD is inside for free. So I'm getting in-persons for free now. Alright, and last up for the Lost Boys poster. This is Brooke MacArthur. Here's a picture of him signing it. A picture of me and him together. And his actual signature was one of the cooler inscriptions. To David, you're one of us now. Brooke MacArthur, who was Paul in the Lost Boys. And this is also signed by Alex Winter, but I've already showed that in a video before. Alright, on next. Next up is from Friday the 13th, which, let me grab the poster. Figure out which one it is. There we go. She signed the poster. This is Christian Baker. She signed my Friday the 13th. Let me show pictures. Here's a picture of her signing it. Here's a picture of me and her together. She signed two things actually, but I didn't get a picture of the second one. Let me wrap this thing up. Figure out how I can show it to you. Not gonna work. Kind of at a weird angle. Oh well. There's where she signed it. Right. This way. All this stuff. And she wrote, for David XO. I oughta let. I can't even say it. Oh, I ought to let you hang, you pervert, said Terry to Scott while stringing him up. Christian Baker. Awesome. She actually had like a printout of her quotes, which I thought was really cool. I don't think I've ever seen another person, celebrity, do that. But like, just in case you want quotes but didn't like prepare for it, which is like, I'm cool with it. They just sign name and character on this thing or put like what part they were in. But she actually had a quote, so I picked out that one just because I thought like she's talking to me, calling me a pervert. And she signed my Jason DVD, which was the most important piece. She signed it right on the back in gold Sharpie. I think it's Kirsten, not Christian. I think I was wrong there. Kirsten bigger, and then put part 2 right there. She signed it kind of big, but I can still fit another 5, 6, maybe 4, 5, 6 signatures on the back of that thing. So that thing's becoming even more epic. All right, next up, here is a picture of Ernie Hudson signing my Crow poster. Here's a picture of me and Ernie Hudson together. He's in the Ghostbusters outfit, as you can see. It's pretty awesome. Check that out. And my Crow poster, which both people who signed it commented on how awesome it is. So you guys seen the poster before. It's the one with Brandon Lee sitting in the chair. He signed it right there. I had a nice long quote, and he was willing to put it on there for me. The reason why I've had trouble with some of these guys is like I don't really pay attention when they're signing it or what they sign. So I don't know if they ever add stuff. Some of the quotes I'm literally seeing for the first time. But if I gave them something to sign, then I know. So to David, great. A guy shows up looking like a mime from hell, and you lose him right out in the open. Ernie Hudson, and then Albert in parentheses, the character name that he played. Next up, this is Nick. It's either Principal or Principe, something like that. I forget if there's an L-E, like principal, or if there's no L, but it's still spelled like principal without the L in the end. He was one of the hunters in Hatchet Part 2, so I got him on my Hatchet poster. Here's a picture of him signing that, or about to sign it. And then here's another picture of him actually signing. Here's a picture of me and him. He's a huge guy. He's also the actual guy behind the mask in Chrome Skull Laid to Rest, Part 1 and Part 2. I got him a signature on that as well, but I can get a picture of it. But here's the picture of me and him. This thing's got 25 signatures on it now, I think. I added 2 more at this convention. Signed it right there. He always puts Stay Evil, Nick Principal. And then my Chrome Skull poster right here. This is what the poster looks like. And then he signed it right there. To David, Stay Evil, Nick Principal. There's Chrome Skull. Alright. Next up is the two. This is the director and main actress in a new movie called The Orphan Killer. I saw the trailer for this movie and I just had to pick it up, and they were going to be there and they had the movie and everything. It was basically the exact price of the DVD, if and when it gets to the stores, and it's signed by both the people in this picture, and the actual killer in the movie who wasn't there at the convention. I talked to these people for a while. I bought the DVD, told them I was going to watch it sometime during the weekend, and I'd come back and talk to them. I watched it Saturday night, and then I went back to them. I freaking loved the movie. The movie actually also came with a DVD. I mean, not the DVD, the soundtrack. When I bought the movie, they gave me these like cool stickers to throw on the car or anything you want. That's actually the mask, The Orphan Killer. TheOrphanKiller.com. Check that out, guys. Awesome. They gave me 2 of those. Then here's the DVD. 3 signatures. Matt right here is the director. Initials DBB are David Backhouse. I don't know what his middle name is. And then Diane Foster is the main chick. And inside pops open DVD and soundtrack and a cool little pamphlet as well. And then when I went back and talked to them and told them how great it was and everything, they gave me 2 more of these stickers. So I got 4 of the stickers. They gave me a bumper sticker, the Orphan Killer. The soundtrack is amazing. The movie's awesome. The acting, the chick she's beautiful. And she's a pretty decent actress too. Here's the picture of me with Diane Foster, the main actress, and Matt Farnsworth, I think it is, the director of the movie. So check this picture out. Alright guys, moving on. Next up, this is the best experience I had. It wasn't like Danielle Harris or a huge name, but this chick was wild, crazy, awesome, nice, unbelievable. We hung out with both the people from Sleepaway Camp pretty much all weekend. Literally talking to them every time we seen them. They approached us. Hey, what's up, David? What's up, Amy? Talked to us the whole time, took multiple pictures with us. She did not charge us for autographs whatsoever. She gave me this 8x10 for free. And yeah, I'm going to flash this real quick, guys. Okay. If you can pause it and catch it, and you can catch it. She wrote down her home address so I can send her stuff through the mail. I also have the agent's address that covers both the people from Sleepaway Camp, Vernon Wells, Noah Hathaway, James Duvall, Kane Hodder, and Tony Todd. TTM's going out to all of them immediately. And what she did for us was, she signed my Sleepaway Camp. Find it, and then I'll show pictures. Alright, so here's a picture of her signing my Sleepaway Camp poster, and a picture of me and her, and another picture of me and her. This is from the VIP party. I actually wore my Pinhead costume to the VIP party. Here's a picture of me and her. Check that out. And then here is the Sleepaway Camp movie poster, and she actually signed. This is exactly what I mean. She signed to David. Meet me at the waterfront after the social. You rock, Felissa Rose XOXO. So she was just awesome. They both were awesome. All right. Next up was Jay LaRose, Saul, Insidious. He's another awesome guy. We sat and talked to him at his table for 10 minutes probably, and then every time I seen the guy, he talked to us. We stopped and talked to him about 3 different times throughout the weekend at his table. We were talking to him. He was standing next to us during the VIP party, took pictures with us in the VIP party, talked to him again. It was every time I seen him, he talked to us. Really awesome guy. Here's a picture of him signing my Insidious poster. Here's a picture of me and him together right after he signed. And then here's a picture of me and him at the VIP party, and he has like this, we're like, I just scared the shit out of him look on his face, which is pretty cool. Check that out. Here's the Insidious poster, and right there, hey Dave, very cool to meet you. Jay LaRose and I think it's Troy was the character name. So really, really awesome, really nice guy. Next up is Philip Friedman, same movie. Really cool. Nice to talk to him too. He really wanted to know if he scared you in his role in the movie. He was pretty much like the main ghost or whatever you want to call it from Insidious. Here's a picture of him signing the poster, and a picture of me and him together. And then his signature on the Insidious poster, which I just showed, but I'll show his signature now. Where is it? They're always on the opposite side that gets in the way. Okay. Sorry, guys. It's the way my desk is. I'm bring it back here. To David, best to you, Philip Friedman. There you go. So that's the Insidious poster. Next up is Ruggero Deodato, I believe it is. He's a director. He directed um, Cannibal Holocaust, I believe it's called, which is an awesome horror flick. It's considered one of the goriest, horror movies ever. But he was in Hostel Part 2. I got him. He was a little hard to talk to because he is foreign, so he's really, you have to like, huh, what, like everything he says because you don't really understand it. But he was really cool. He was pulling out some really old movie posters, like the original movie posters back in like, I don't even know when that movie was made, 60s, 70s, somewhere around there. So he had some really cool stuff. Just kind of hard to understand. Bad thing, he signed pretty big, but luckily I had a full-size poster. In the role, he had like one line. I think it was like one word or something like that. So I didn't have anything. So, but he was a cannibal in the movie. In Hostel Part 2, he's the one when they open the door trying to sell the girl that the one guy couldn't kill, but had already damaged for cheap. He was like sawing skin off of a guy who was strapped on a table live. He was basically skinning him live, and he'd skin right off him. He'd go sit down with a dinner plate and eat it right there. So he was a cannibal. So I had him sign to David, join me for dinner. Ruggero Deodato. That's freaking awesome. All right, next up is Camille Keaton. She was the main character in the original I Spit on Your Grave. I Spit on Your Grave is like one of my favorite. I can't tell you enough about the movie. Go check it out. The remake is ridiculous. The old one that was made in the 70s is a good movie. Watch that movie and just imagine trying to make a movie like that in the 70s. Imagine how much shit you would catch. But the remake is tremendous. Here's a picture of Camille signing my poster. A picture of me and her together, and a picture of me and her at the VIP party as me as Pinhead. She was dancing, had a real nice time. And the Camille poster looks like this. Here it is. I Spit on Your Grave, the old poster, and she signed it with the exact inscription I'd want. She put Dave. I could have given you a summer to remember. I Spit on Your Grave, Jennifer Hills, which is the character from the movie, and then Camille Keaton right on the bottom. So awesome signature, really nice lady. We did talk to her for a while. Next up is Tiffany Shipis, I believe is how you pronounce it. Here's a picture of her signing my poster. A picture of me and her together. The Night of the Demon, she signed right there. To Dave, stay awake. Tiffany Shipis. All right. Next up is Chad Lindberg. He was in the I Spit on Your Grave remake. Really nice guy, really down to earth. We talked to him for a bunch about his role and how do you prepare a role. He plays, I don't know what to call him, so I'm just going to go on a limb and call him the retard guy from the movie. But he's a special needs, slur, really, really, really hard character. And I'm like, how like he pulled it off so well. This is what I told him. I said, you pulled that role off so well. I literally thought that like you might be that way. And I was like, I don't mean like, and he's like, no. Like he stopped me from talking. I was like, no, that's a huge compliment to tell an actor that he acted retarded so well that I kind of thought maybe he was really that way in real life. And he took it completely the right way. I'm an awesome guy. He got a little wasted. He was at the VIP party and was at some of the performances and stuff like that, but awesome guy. Here's a picture of him signing the poster. A picture of me and him together. And then the I Spit on Your Grave remake poster. It looks just like the old one, except the main characters are switched in the poster. So that was literally Camille Keaton's back. And this is Sarah Butler's back and butt. And he signed it to David. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. And then signed it real big right there. And put Matthew was the character's name. So awesome. Next up, drum roll, Danielle Harris, baby. Second time meeting her, she's my number one horror chick. I will meet her and get something signed every time I can ever possibly meet her. I told her I was gonna delete this picture, but I lied, so I'm gonna show it. I got multiple things signed by her. I think 3. And as I'm taking a picture of her signing one, she just happens to like come up talking to me, and I caught like the worst possible picture of her. But she did take another one, and we took 2 together. So here's the picture I'm not supposed to show. Okay, and here's the picture of what it was supposed to look like. Very nice. All right, and then a picture of me and her together. For some reason, you can see like the glare, shininess. I don't know. And then a better picture of me and her. Not as good as the first one from my first time meeting her, but a really nice picture. She always looks good. Okay, and for her, I got. Let me see. I have to remember. Okay, here we go. She signed my Laid to Rest 2 Chrome Skull 2 poster. She has a beautiful signature, by the way. She signed it in like this bluish, I don't know what color that is. To David, until then, enjoy yourself, which is a line from the movie Danielle Harris. She signed my Rob Zombie's Halloween poster right there, Danielle Harris, and inscribed it with the character name, which was Annie, and shoot, the victim. She signed this poster, which is a new movie. It's been showed in like film festivals and stuff. It just got picked up by Anchor Bay, so it will be released in the U.S. and sold and everything. This is Michael Biehn. We'll get to him. Jennifer Blanca's wife. Danielle Harris is right here. She signed it. It's so awesome. Her description. This is a line from the movie. And I probably can't get it to where. Hopefully you can see that. It says, to David, who's your favorite bitch? Danielle Harris. Now, how she picked out that line to inscribe it, I don't know, because she is my favorite horror bitch. So awesome, and she looks really, really good in the movie. So another great Danielle. I did not get starstruck this time. I don't know if it was because it was the second time around, but I was like really cool. I asked her when I was in the line for the Boondock Saints. She was going into the bathroom. No, I didn't chase her in, but when she came back out, I asked her about the victim and whether it would be picked up, and she's the one that told me that that Anchor Bay had picked it up and stuff like that. So she told me it was being screened and or it was literally being screened right now. They were showing the film, but I did try to get in on it, but it was full. They had no more seats, so they weren't allowing any more people to come in. So she was like, "Oh, that sucks," But so I didn't get starstruck by her this time. She did look great, and yeah, awesome. And next up, another huge one for me, Tony Todd. Second time around for him as well, but I needed him on some pieces this time. So here's a picture of Tony Todd signing my Hatchet 2 poster. And a picture of me and Tony Todd, and the peace symbols were not scripted. We both just boom at like almost the exact same time threw them up. It was awesome. It wasn't like he saw me, so he added it. We both did it at the same exact time, so it worked perfect. Picture. All right, and Tony Todd, I got a couple, three, I believe. Yeah, three from him. Because the first time I met him, I just got him on 8x10, and I got the mirror, which is right there, the little Candyman mirror. So I needed him on posters this time around. So I'm trying to find. Here's the Candyman one. This will be signed in August by Clive Barker, Candyman, and he signed it to David, be my victim, Tony Todd, and he is known for just crazy stuff like this. Like who I don't even know what that is. And a lot of his writing, like I know because I told him to write "Be My Victim," and you can tell that's his signature. And to David, you can make out. But he's known. I don't know if he does it on purpose and he writes like really weird stuff on your poster so that you can't read it, but he knows what the hell you wrote. I have no clue. My Hatchet poster, which I haven't looked at, so I might be able to give you an example. I know he did sign it pretty big, so hopefully this will come up. There you go. Perfect example. I got Dave, but I'm trying to get in there so you can. Alright, there's Tony Todd. You can see at the bottom, right underneath his name, is another like weird squiggly little thingy. But I have no clue. I can't even guess it, man. It's kind of awesome at the same time, but and he also signed my Crow poster, which I'm trying to find now. I got all these posters. Jason, gotta be this one. Yes, okay. And I also haven't looked at this one. He again really liked my poster. And that's Ernie Hudson, but I signed it in kind of large spots. Let me unravel it if I can show that. All right, there you go. Now I told him to put "Bye Bye Birdie," so to David, "Bye Bye Birdie." But yeah, I don't know. And then again, you can see Tony Todd. I think that's the character name in parentheses, and then another little weird like symbol at the bottom. But a genuine, I don't know. I see classic. I can make that word out, but I have no clue. Tony Todd's that's awesome. Even though you can't read his writing, he's probably writing some crazy stuff on people's photos. I'd still meet him every time. All right. Next up, this is Noah Hathaway. I didn't get a picture of him signing my item, but here's a picture of me and him. He's been in a couple movies. He actually has a new movie coming out. He's the main character. It's called Sushi Girl. He's in it. Tony Todd's in it. James Duvall's in it from Donnie Darko and a shit ton of other stuff. So here is my. This thing's big. This is not 11 by 17. It's a 13 by 19. Never ending story. And I had him write to David. If we're about to die, I'd rather die fighting, his signature, and then right there is Arturo, his character. This movie is like classic from my childhood, man. I freaking love it. All right, next up, this is Barbara Neljakova or something like that. It's a German last name. She's in Hostel 1 and a very small part in Hostel 2, just kind of like a reenactment of her death, like a flash. But she signed my Hostel 2 poster. Here's a picture of her signing it. And a picture of me and her together. Another beautiful lady. And I had her inscribe it. She did. And hers was pretty cool. This is actually a line from the first movie. But she doesn't say anything in the second one. So, to David, I'd get a lot of money for you, and I make you my bitch. Natalia, the character name, and her signature right there. So, awesome inscription. Next up, this is a picture. The only picture of her signing I got was actually Boss Hog Jeremy's poster. So I'll have to get multiple so I can keep one of those. But here's a picture of me and Addie Miller. She was really nice. But when I was in line, there was like 3 people in front of me, and not one person took a picture of her signing it or a picture with her. So I didn't know if she had like a thing with pictures, so I didn't. And then the second time when I came around later on, I think maybe this was day 2, Saturday. This was for Boss Hog, and I literally I got her to sign. I took a picture of her signing it because I saw somebody else do that, and then I literally asked her, I'm like, hey, I don't know if you take pictures or not, so I didn't get a picture with you yesterday. Is there any way I can? And she's like, oh yeah, sure. So I kind of missed out. I could have got a second picture and a picture of her signing at me, but that's why I didn't take one. But she signed my Walking Dead poster. I already showed Jeremy's. And she signed mine. To David with bites, Addie Miller, little girl. She signed it in red, which looks awesome. Alright, next up is David Della Rocco from Boondock Saints. He signed my poster. Here's a picture. And here's a picture of me and him together. And before I whip out the Boondock Saints poster, a little cool thing that happened with me and David Delarocco. This was at this was Saturday night G Tom Max performance before G Tom Max was on the stage. I was second in line for the bar, and he came up and he like basically there was a gap between me and the next person. He came up and kind of cut in front of me. He wasn't cutting in line. He was just trying to like get a glance over the bar to see if they had non-alcoholic stuff. And then he turned around and looked at me and he's like, "Are you in line?" And I was like, "Dude, you can you can cut in front of me. I'm fine with you cutting in front of me." And he's like, "Oh no, I was just I didn't know if they had non-alcoholic stuff." And I was like, "Well, I've been drinking Captain and Coke, so I know they got Coke back there. I'm sure they got fruity juices and stuff for the women drinks. Sorry, women, the fruity drinks. So they got juice and stuff like that too." And he's like, "Okay." I said, "But." He was gonna let me. The guy that in front of me had moved out, so it was somebody needed to step up and tell the lady what they wanted. And so I'm like, go ahead, no problem. And he was like, "What are you drinking?" I said, "Captain and Coke." He's like, "All right." And he turned back around. "Let me get a Captain and Coke and just Coke for me." And he bought me a drink, which is awesome. Us buying celebrity drinks, I've done that before. I didn't do it at all this time because I didn't run into a lot of. It didn't seem like very many drinkers. There were a few. But I never actually like ran into it where I had an opportunity to, because it wasn't like a bar setting. This was like one big huge open room, the VIP party. There was a stage on one side and the bar on the other. So cool. David Del Rocco story. He bought me a drink. Awesome. Talked to him a few times. Once at his table, and I ran into him two more times later on. So right there, Silver Sharpie. To Dave. Hold on. Let me get that glare out of there. To Dave. Hey, fuck ass. Give me a beer. David Del Rocco. So he was really open to inscriptions. He didn't care what the hell. If it was from the movie, he'd fucking sign it. Alright, next up is a picture of me and Jennifer Blanc. And she's been in some shows, but she's on the victim poster. So I wanted to get this thing triple signed. She's Michael Biehn's wife, by the way. So that's her signature right there. And she signed, "To David, you look good. You look real good." Character name and Jennifer Blanc. That's a line from the movie. It's not her telling me that I look good in front of her husband. So she was really nice. She talked to me for a while about the movie. She's the one that informed me that it was going to be actually screening in the theater room, but I didn't get a chance on. I just had my bracelet on. I just realized that. And then she was handling all the money and stuff. So, I got her and Michael Biehn stuff, which I had a lot of stuff for him. So he's up next. Here's a picture of Michael Biehn signing my victim poster. Here's a picture of Michael Biehn signing my full-size Alien poster. And here's a picture of me and Michael Biehn. And I might be pronouncing that last name wrong. I don't really know how it's pronounced. It's Biehn. Bean. Sounds right. So, again, the victim poster. He actually joked because I got Danielle on it first. This poster was actually on Jennifer's table. Danielle did not have it. So while I was in line for her, I ran over and asked her, I'm like, "Hey, I'm in Danielle's line and it's a little long. Can I please take this movie poster so she can sign it? And then when I come back to you, I'll go ahead and pay for the autographs here and stuff." And she was like, "Sure, no problem at all. I could have just walked away with this poster and got a free poster from her." So, but he was joking about, like, if you look at all the room that she took up, and then Danielle pretty much took up the top all the way down to right here. So he's like, "Look how much room they leave the main guy." But I totally left these up. The only thing I wanted was to me, which they all did. But the 3 movie quotes on this, I've already said. You look good. You look real good. Who's your favorite bitch? He signed, "To David, you're not going to like it where I put it next." Right there. And then he signed it down here on the bottom, which is all right in here. So awesome movie quotes from all 3. Was really happy about that poster. I also got 2 more things signed by him. I got a Terminator 11 by 17. Can't go wrong with Terminator. To David, the only line that matters in this movie, come with me if you want to live. And then signed it here. And my Alien poster. And this is a full-size, old-school Alien. He signed, boom, right there. And it's to David, remember, short, controlled burst. Michael Biehn. That's what I got for him to inscribe. So, awesome guy. He was really nice. Me and him talked for a while. I don't know how we got on the subject, but we were talking about military. And it was something that he did. I don't know if it was proceeds or something like that, or he was telling me a story about it. And then I mentioned that I happened to be in it, and he was asking me about, how we got on the subject. We were my Cowboys jersey. He was talking about, being over there in Texas or something like that, and he asked me if I ever, and I told him I was stationed in Fort Sill, Oklahoma, and that switched us on to the military talk, which he was really interested in. Like I told him I was a missile launcher and stuff like that, and he talked to me about that. He actually looked at me dead in my eyes and thanked me for, the time that I served and stuff for his country, which was really awesome. He was a really awesome guy, really really cool. Next up, these next 2 pictures are just some pictures I took. This is actually going back to the Orphan Killer. This is 2 pictures of the Orphan Killer car. Alright, next up, we are 49 minutes in. If anyone is still watching this, comment down below. But next up, this is we're finally on Norman Reedus. This is a picture of Norman Reedus signing somebody's Walking Dead poster. I believe it's mine now. And another picture of him signing the Walking Dead poster. And a picture of him signing the Boondock Saints. And a picture of me and him, and right before the picture was stuck, I said middle fingers, and check that out. So that's badass. That picture, I'm really really glad the way it turned out. It was so funny. He knew exactly what I meant for him to do. Norman Reedus signed 2 things for me. I already have them on that piece right there with 5 signatures on it. He's on that already. But I started my Walking Dead poster, and I told myself I don't give a damn if I have signatures of these people. I want more. So this is going to be another kind of hard one. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, right there. Right. David. I hope you can see it. He's over here. Right here. Says, David, 1 wrong move and you get an arrow in the ass. Norman Reedus. Daryl quote from The Walking Dead. And my Boondock Saints poster, which they both were kind enough, and I'm not going to read this all because I can't read his handwriting and I don't remember it all. But the way I did this was, there's Norman Reedus. You can see how much he wrote for me. Norman Reedus has the first half of the chant that they do before they pull the trigger and double bang me in the back of the head. So I don't know the whole thing, and I can't read his writing. So anyway, that's the only cool thing I could think of. So they both usually chant, both guns pointed, double crossing each other in the back of the guy's head, and then they do this chant together. So I had Norman Reedus do the first half of it. All right, so next up is I almost said Anthony Michael Hall. Sean Patrick Flannery. I did not get a picture of him signing my stuff, only the one that I showed earlier of Boss Hog's signature or poster. So here is a picture of me and him together. And same poster, which I just put down for some reason. Right here. So just showed Norman Reedus. And then down here, it's going to be another hard one. Real big in gold. he finished it and threw his signature down there. And let's see if I can read his. Yeah. All right. So it says, "In shepherds we shall be, for thee, my Lord, for thee. Power hath descended forth from thy hand." So pretty cool. I love the way mine turned out. Jeremy's turned out. These were definitely awesome. The actual conversation between them wasn't very long. I didn't get to spend much time. They had an insane line the entire weekend. It wasn't like an hour and a half line. We were probably in their line for maybe an hour, but it was that way all damn weekend. So plus I had 6 items for Norman Reedus to sign, 2 for me, 2 for YouTubers, and then my girl Amy had 2. So we had 6 combined between us. So I was kind of rushed through that. I did talk to Norman Reedus real quick. I just was like, hey, after everybody I've met, you're still like #1 guest, because I got to talk to you. It was very personable. Monster Mania, it's always personable. I took shots with him and stuff like that, and he's like, "What were we drinking?" And I said, "Jameson." He's like, "Yeah, that sounds like me." So it was pretty cool. Sean Patrick Flannery, I talked to him and was telling him, like, just it's an honor to meet the guy. The guy was freaking Powder. He's in Saw and a lot of other stuff. Just awesome. All right, and the last one. This is the last autograph I got for the convention. And I had to go find this movie poster because I love the way this movie poster looks. I actually haven't seen the movie, but I did see the original version and the remake that they just did like last year or the year before. As I'm rambling, I'm looking for the poster. This is Sienna Holmes, and she was in Piranha 3 Double D. I didn't get a picture of her signing it, but here's a picture of me and her together. And here's the poster, Piranha 3 Double D. The girl swimming, all the piranha coming up after her. She signed it right there, just named just like I wanted it. She also actually, I got that for free because it was kind of funny, but I laid this, I had this poster and I introduced myself, hi, and stuff like that. And I set this poster down and she was like, "Oh my God, I was in that." It was so funny. And she was blown away by this poster. Like, I guess she didn't know it existed. And she's like, "Where did you get that?" And I'm like telling her, like, there's like a vendor right down this hallway and he sells these and he pretty much has these. What he does is he goes off the guest list like we all do, look on it, and he gets posters made up of maybe the top 2 or 3 movies that people are really known for, and makes these up, and he's got them sitting in these protector holders and everything, and you flip through them and the ones you want to buy. He's got the crate, he's got all these other ones extra, but he has one crate that's filled with this, like probably 100 of these in there that are all for people. So this guy literally brought this poster because you were here. And she's like, "Oh my God, did you see another one?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I think it was like 3 left." And she's like, the agent that was sitting next to me, she literally right then sent him to go get one. He's the one that collects the money. So, like, I finished my experience with her, got the autograph. She signed an 8x10, nice headshot of her. She made it out to David Namey signature, and didn't charge us anything. So it was another free one. I don't remember if I showed the 8x10 of Kelly Lance, which she gave and signed to. For free. I did pay for the one that on the mess, but she threw this one in for free. So, yeah, for free. That one I just showed for free. G-Tom Mac CD for free. Both of our Felissa Rose signatures were free. Her home address, her agency, and 6 more celebrities' agency address for free. Hung out with us all weekend. So on top of all the great stuff that I just showed and took 58 minutes to show you, I got like 5 things for free. Great ass experience. Go to conventions. Even if you like autographs and you're not like a celebrity hound like I am, go to a convention and you'll become one. I guarantee it. So look around for a convention. If it's not a convention, if they're doing an in-person, go check that 1 or 2 people out that are at an in-person. It adds some cool factor to autograph collecting. So all you TTMers, autograph hounds, celebrity hounds, sports lovers, if you hear about an in-person signing, whether it be one guy or like these conventions where there's 30 or 40, try to get to it, man. You'll definitely have a great experience, lifelong memories. All right, guys, that's it, man. Sorry for the long video, but it was an awesome weekend. You should have been there. Peace.